Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing? Howdy, kids? I'm Q the Costa Rican, and today we're going to talk about EV training your Pokemon. So I was doing battles live on stream the other day, 6v6s against the viewers, and a few of them had informed me that they didn't properly know how to EV train their Pokemon. So I thought today I'd make a little one-off video and explain from start to finish on how to EV train a Pokemon in a number of ways. There's about 2 or 3 ways that you can EV train a Pokemon. One takes up quite a bit of time in knocking out consecutive Pokemon up to 26, while others take quite a bit of money. So if you don't have a lot of money, you may want to start grinding, saving up those treasures, and or knocking out those academy tournaments just to gain some more money. So with that being said, let's get into it. Right now, real quick, we're going to show you one of the easier ways how to do it is through the Terra Raid dens. Now the really good thing about Terra Raids is that based on the amount of stars you see, so this Zoroark has 5, based on the amount of stars you see is how many guaranteed perfect IVs that Pokemon is going to have. So after I get done doing the Zoroark raid, we're going to find out if that statement holds true and see if the fire type Terra Zoroark has the 5 IVs. Alright, and after the raid is completed, you're going to get your Zoroark added to the party. Let's take a gander at it and see how much work we're going to have to do with this Pokemon specifically. So it has the illusion ability. I'm pretty sure that that's not changeable. That's just a thing it has. Let's look at, after you beat the game, you unlock the ability to check the IVs of a Pokemon. And it looks like I was wrong. But it does have 4 perfect IVs in attack, special attack, speed, and Spadef. And honestly, the most important ones for this Pokemon are going to be speed, special attack, or attack anyways. This mod's usually not living hits regardless, but still, we will still use bottle caps for the remainder of the 2. So this Pokemon specifically, I already decided I wanted it to be a special attacker. So we're going to EV train it in speed and special attack, and I will show you where to get those. The first method we're going to do is the money method. So if you have a lot of money and, you know, money's not an object and all that good stuff, you will be able to do this one easier. You're just going to find any chance supply in the game. There's one in this main town here. There's one in, what's Liurnia? No, Lavencia. There's Chansey shops almost in almost every major town. So, like, I think there's one even, like, over here somewhere. No, not in Medallia. But, yeah, regardless, we're going to the main one right here. So, you're going to want to fly to the front of the school and then just jump off the staircase. Super simple. Yeah, we turn around and just fly to the shop. The thing with this method is you are going to need a lot of money. So the school behind me, the academy tournament, is probably your best bet. You know, slap on an Amulet Coin onto your front Pokemon and just start spamming A and just see where the day takes you. You can gain about every 15 minutes. You gain about enough money to EV train a Pokemon like fully. If you just spam A and like you're really fast A presser. Otherwise, you're going to need to buy a turbo controller, but I wouldn't recommend that, honestly. But either way. So, we want it special attack, which is this one. So, you're going to need, at bare minimum, 26 in order to fully invest one particular stat to its maximum. So, we already have 9 in our bag, which is really good. So, we're just going to grab 17 more. As you can see, I have a lot of money because I have been spamming the Academy tournament, mainly for this video. So, let's see. We'll get 21 of these for speed. And then you are going to have 4 EVs left over. If you maximize 2 different stats, such as speed and special attack with 26 supplements each, you will have 4 left over. So we're probably going to put that into like defense or something, which we already have a bunch of. So that's not an issue. But regardless, this is what we're going to do. See, we're going to go into our bag and just use them. It's very simple. Very simple stuff here. Use all Carboses. Like I said, it's going to be a special attacker. We've already decided. So let's go for 26 Carbos. And then we go for, which is speed. And then we're going to go 26 Calcium, which is for special attack. And then the 4 remainder, we'll just put into defense. Because I don't know what its HP I don't know what its HP is at. So I'm not sure if it needs to see. At this point, you can't even put any more than is required. You can only put in 1. And each of these supplements each give 10 EVs into that specific stat you want them to have. But seeing as how we only have 4 EV slots left, it can't actually give you 10 EVs into defense. It's only going to give you the maximum that you still have left available, which is 4. So now it has 4. And on top of that, we want this Pokemon to have a good nature, and whatever nature it has at the moment is just not going to cut it. We want Timid. It's a very fast Pokemon, base 105 speed, so we want Timid, which lowers its attack, which we're not using because, you know, it's a special attacker. So now that we look at it, we're going to actually look at our data comparison just to make sure that it is correct. And what you're going to do is you're going to press L to switch the graph, and the shiny little points are going to show that you are max speed, max special attack. And now you're an EV trained Zoroark. You're gonna want to teach yourself some moves, maybe. Dark Pulse U-turn is a good move for it if you're gonna rock out with like the Choice Scarf set. Obviously that doesn't get boosted by any stats you have invested, but that's, you know, it is what it is. I believe Zoroark can learn Dark Pulse and all that good stuff on TM. Since it has the Fire Terror ability, I may end up just teaching it Flamethrower as well, just to have that nice stab instead of having to use Terra Blast. So yeah, let's go with that. Here's Dark Pulse for its stab, even though it doesn't learn it. I think Night Days might actually be better in some scenarios, but it can also miss. So I'm very adamant in not missing. So we're gonna go with that. And then we can either teach it Sludge Bomb for coverage or Focus Blast for coverage. And I'm honestly thinking I'm leaning more towards, there's not really that many fairies running around, so yeah, let's go Focus Blast, because why not? And then what we're gonna want to do is we're almost done, but we did notice earlier, in case you missed it, if we can get this going correctly, we did notice earlier that it's missing some perfect IVs in both defense and HP. So we're gonna fix that. We may as well, since, you know, we have the technology. You're gonna want to find on your map the closest Delibird Presents right there. Let's go. Because you're gonna need some items that I already have available to myself, but I'm just gonna go here just to show you guys. Because like I said, we're doing it from start to finish. Start to finish, one Pokemon in 2 different methods. So here at a Delibird Presents are other items you're going to need. Most notably the bottle caps. If you don't get your Terra Raid Pokemon in like 6 stars or 5 stars, and they don't have a lot of IVs perfected, this is where you get them. Bottle caps, I have 14 on me, so I'm not going to buy anymore. I only need 2 for this specific thing. So that's just what we're going to do. The other stuff you might want to get is battle items here, which is really good. Really good battle items for the homie. Wise Glasses, I guess, is good for special attackers. A Focus Sash is really good for Zoroark. Scarf or Specs is also nice, and Life Orb works as well. We're gonna go with we are gonna actually go with a Focus Sash, because I think that is going to be most beneficial to Zoroark in 3v3s, which is where we're gonna use this team. Another thing, since we're already here, back in the general goods section, we will pay attention to are these items. So you're going to need these items for the second method. Not going to need them, but it does help. It only helps. It doesn't hurt. So these items are something we're going to revisit in a few minutes. So just keep that in mind. So now that you got your Pokemon, you got it all EV trained, you want to get a bottle cap, you're going to make your way up to Montanerva, which is the bottle cap destination. The Hyper Training NPC is standing right behind the Pokemon Center. Man, these load screens, I tell you. The Hyper Training NPC is right here, right behind the Pokemon Center, hanging out with his Obama Snow. You just got to talk to him. What'd you say? You want some Pokemon go through Hyper Training? Yes, sir, I do. So which Pokemon do you want to use? I want to Hyper Train my Zoroark. We will be using... I have 1 gold. I don't remember where I got that. But yeah, we're going to be using bottle caps because we don't need the gold. And just go to HP and defense. Now, there are going to be some scenarios where, like, let's say this is just a special attacker and I wasn't using U-turn and its attack wasn't already maxed. You probably don't have to max and waste the bottle cap on that attack. If you know for sure you're going to be a special attacker and you're not going to be utilizing moves like Sucker Punch or U-turn or something of that nature. So that way you can save on bottle caps and not have to spend all that money. But yeah, with that being said, Zoroark is now completed, finished. It is completed. We'll give it a Focus Sash just to... make it a little happier. But yeah, outside of that, the Zoroark is completed. I want to now... Alright, so now that our Zoroark done, the other method is a little bit tedious. We're going to actually reach into our box because I do have a Pokemon in mind that I wanted to do this on. One of these T-Tars. I think I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to end up going with the Ghost-type T-Tar. I'm going to end up going with the Ghost-type T-Tar and Moxie Firements over here. Mainly because there's the 2 Pokemon that are going to want this pretty much the same EV spread. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way back. We're going to make our way back to any of the Delibird Presents. Let's go, probably just keep going to the same one just to, you know, have some uniformity here. Go back to any Delibird Presents. And we're going to need to buy some items. Of course, I already have these items, but once again, I just want to show you all just the direct, step-by-step process of what we're doing here. But yeah, you're going to make your way to Deadly Represents, and you're going to want some of these power items. Now, these EV training items are really good because they give you 8 EVs into that one specific stat that you're looking for, on top of the other EVs that you get from the Pokemon you're knocking out. So Pokemon can range from giving you 1, 2, or 3 EVs based on what their spreads are. So here we're going to want to, specifically for these Pokemon, we're going to want 2 Power Braces, which we already have, and then 2 Power Anklets, which we also already have. Now, obviously, you can't put them on at the same time, but, you'll get the picture in a minute. So regardless, we're going to go into our bag. We're going to go down to these items. And we'll go with speed first. We're going to go give our homie here... we're going to go give our homie Tyranitar here the Power Anklet, because we're going to make this a Dragon Dance Tyranitar as well as a Dragon Dance Salamence. Might not use them on the same team, but regardless, they are good Pokemon. Now, a really good early spot for EV training speed, which if you are just starting the game and you don't have access to the better spot, which is actually in area 0, then right outside your home there's a little spot, a little unbeaten path of water that you can just jump into, which has Arrokuda, Buizel, Magikarp, and Wingull, which all give you speed EVs. They only give you 1 on top of the 8 that the Bracer is gonna give you, so that's a total of 9, making it that you have to do about 28. You have to knock out about 28 of them in order to max out your EVs into that one specific Pokemon. But if you're like me and you're a little bit lazier and you only want to do it 23 times, you're going to make your way to Area 0. And the good thing about these Paradox Pokemon is they give 3 EVs each into their best stats. So Iron Bundle specifically gives you 3 speed EVs, which is where you're going to go first. Another Pokemon that it looks like that's actually the only one that gives you 3 speed EVs. So yeah, that's the one. We're just gonna be knocking out Iron Bundles because they give you the 3 speed EVs. So I believe we can find Iron Bundle the most in Research Station 4. An easier way to make this fun is to also make a sandwich that increases your Ice type or Water type encounters, because then you can actually Shiny Hunt while also doing this. But I didn't really have too many sandwich ingredients in order to do that, so I thought we'd just do it the old-fashioned way and just run into 23 Iron Bundles and just start knocking them out. So I'm going to do that, and I'll see you all when we're finished. The really fun thing about EV training also is that every Pokemon in your party is getting these EVs, so that's why you can do multiple at once. That these both just got 11 EVs into their speed just now. These guys are already finished, so they didn't get anything, but these 2 guys that we're training right now just got 11 EVs into their speed. And yes, you do have to knock all of them out. You can't actually do quick battle. When the game first came out, I thought we could do quick battles by EV training, and I was like, yo, this is going to make EV training so much easier. But no, it's not that way, unfortunately. Alright, and this is going to be our 23rd bundle. Let's see if the EVs were yielded correctly. The other good thing about this is you could potentially, I was going to say accidentally, you could potentially find a shiny. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So we're going to go to boxes. We're going to look at our summaries. Whoops, not move. We're going to look at our summaries. Once again, press Y, and we will see that our speed is maxed out on both of our guys. Now, the good thing about this area is that there's actually Iron Hands walking around as well. So we could actually just, real quick, change our item. What is it? The Power Bracer. Give the Power Bracer to the physical attackers that we want to use. And just like that, boom. So I'm actually going to go back and heal real quick so I can get my Shadow Ball PP back up. The other really good thing I like about like Dragapult helping me specifically is that he's going to knock everything out. Plus, his Shadow Ball is at 24, so once you know when you reach 1, that's when you know, like, okay, I'm done EV training. You don't even have to keep count. You just have to do math, just a little math. Alright, now they're all healed up. Now we're going to be one to fighting Iron Hands. I'm unsure if the Garchomps give you attack EVs or the Dugtrios. If they do, then I mean, go for them. You can knock those guys out too, but we're just going to focus on the Iron Hands, knocking out 23 of them. We'll see it when it finishes. There is another Pokemon called Iron Thorns that can be found. Not in this area, but above, like where all the sunlight is and stuff like that. Those also give attack EVs. So like I said, you can do Iron Hands, you can do Iron Thorns, whatever. As long as you're getting attack EVs.
20 minutes later.
Alright, and this should be our last Iron Hands, which means our homies should be max attack, max speed now. So then now that's all that's left over is the 4 EVs that could go anywhere, but I think I know where I want them to go. But regardless, we're going to look at our guys just to make sure, And yep, it looks like they are both max speed, max attack. So the other thing I looked up in the meantime while I was doing this was I like my Pokemon to have odd numbers in HP. So we are going to give an HP up to our homie Salamence because at level 50, which is what the level you guys are going to mostly be fighting at if you're using these for like ranked or stuff like that. At level 100, none of this matters, obviously. And then like EV training these guys would be probably different because if they were like raid specific mons, you probably just go max HP, max attack. But regardless, I digress. 1 HP in a Salamence, so we could have 171. And then Salamence doesn't matter. Not Salamence. Tyranitar's doesn't matter, so I'm just going to give it to him in Spadef. Because I feel like that's what he'll most benefit from anyways. And yeah, so that's that. So these guys are done. I do have to go bottle cap them. Well, I got to check to see if they need to be bottle capped. So let's go to Mount Minerva to finish that up quick. Okay, T-Tar only needed defense and speed. And this is a good example of someone not needing special attack. So we can just go to attack, Spadef, and just save our last bottle cap. We don't need attack. Unless we're going to like potentially change them to a special in the future. But at the moment, we're not needing it. So we're not going to do it. Alright, yeah, they are EV trained, they are bottle capped, so meaning they're IV trained, so now we just need to find out what their natures are to see if we need to change those. We have serious and something bad. So yeah, we're going to change them both to probably jolly if we have the mints for it. If not, you can buy mints at any Chansey shop. So just go get them if you don't have them. Obviously, if you don't have the money, then save up, you know, yada, yada, yada. We only have 1 mint, so we're actually going to make, T-Tar jolly. And then well, I guess we can go buy one later, but for right now we'll make the homie Men's adamant. And then yeah, at this point it's been about 50, not even 50 minutes of recording time, and we have half a team battle ready to just go into a 3v3 and see where the day takes them. So yeah, next time I end up doing some 6v6s or 3v3s against the community and, you know, against the viewers, you guys better be EV trained. Now you have no excuse. There's a video on it now. It may not have been the best, like, cohesive, easy to follow along thing, but I felt like I wanted to attempt to help members of my community figure out how to EV train if it was not information that was readily available to them. If you're unsure about EV yielding Pokemon, if you wanted to do it the long way versus the you know what I mean, the short way of doing it with money, like the EV training when we were knocking out 23 Pokemon. Go ahead and look up whatever Pokemon you're looking for. Like type in, like, I don't know, like if you don't know what like specific Pokemon EV yield are, just go ahead and google.com, type in like Glamora EV yield, and you'll see it's a special attack. 2 special attack, I believe is what it is. But that's going to be it. Hopefully this helped. Like I said, I'm not the most organized person when it comes to making videos. I kind of just click record. I have like an idea in mind, I click record, and I just run with it. So if this helped you guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Next time we fight, guys, I want to see your EV and IV trained perfect Pokemon ready to take me on. If y'all like what you saw and you saw what you like, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see ya in the next one. Peace.